What's going on, guys? I'm Kyle Lippincott with Raptor KL Bovine Performance Center here in Prague, Oklahoma. It's been brought to my attention, you hear about it all the time, but I was doing some research the other day, and one of the top trending Google searches within the bucking bull industry is how do you make a bull buck, and does a flank rope really tie up their genitals, their nuts? So anyway, I thought we'd make a video. We'll go over some of the tools that we use here in our program, as well as it's an industry standard across the board. You'll see the same equipment used at competition events with the American Bucking Bull Incorporated, as well as other sanctioned events across the country, Canada, Australia, anywhere across the world that they buck bulls for competition and with a dummy device. Some people are not real familiar with what that is, so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go through it. We're going to show you guys everything of what we use. And the fact of the matter is, first, I want to start this off by saying that they're bred to buck. The American Bucking Bull is a breed in itself, and they're genetically engineered for 30, 40, 50 years back that we can track through our DNA registry with the American Bucking Bull Incorporated. It's just like a racehorse, a working dog. They're bred to do it. Some of them do it on an elite level. Some of them don't buck. It's all up to them. We can't make them buck. So that leads into the equipment that we use that people think we can make these bulls buck and it's harmful to them, etc. We're going to put that to rest today. I'm going to walk you guys through some of our equipment and what we use here at our operation. So there's a couple different kinds of flanks. They're just a cotton braided rope. As you can see, running my hand through it like this, there's nothing sharp in there. There's nothing harmful to the bulls that this flank rope does to the bull. It kind of goes around their waist area where you would wear a belt. And all it does is helps some bulls to kick at it a little more. And you'll see in some videos bulls that they'll still turn and buck without a flank. And the flank rope just helps enhance that just a little bit as far as by feel. Some bulls take a little more flank, meaning a little tighter belt. Some bulls take a little looser belt. And then when the dummy comes off, we'll get into this later, but this pin is tied through there and it comes out immediately. And a lot of times you watch some videos when the dummy comes off, when it releases from their girth area, when it releases, those bulls can feel that release. They know their job is done. They'll stop before the flank pin even comes out to release that flank. So there you should know in that example that a flank rope does not make them buck. I prefer a leather burner. That's what this is called. There's just the rope braided back into itself. There's a leather burner there. Kind of helps you, or I like it to when you pull back against itself to tie the flank. Some other guys prefer some kind of a steel ring. Again, the steel ring doesn't do anything to the bull. As a matter of fact, this part sits up on top of their back. Give you a little example of how this flank pin works. So you kind of run it back through itself. We'll do another video on exactly how this works. But basically, the flank pin works like this. So when the weight of the dummy comes off, the flank comes off too. So just wanted to walk you guys through these bucking bull flanks. There's nothing in these flanks at all that causes those bulls to buck. As a matter of fact, they're very, very soft material. There's a couple different kinds of rope that guys prefer to use. These are Bucking Bull Pro flanks, which is what I use. Again, with the leather burner here. So that's one of the biggest misconceptions. As you can see, we'll put a couple graphics up on the screen, kind of detailing the area of the flank rope, where it goes when these bulls are bucking, and you can clearly see that it does not tie up any part of their nuts. Does not harm the bull in any kind of a way. And so it's just something that we use. And to kind of start way back, when everybody starts their calves, meaning weanlings, yearlings, whenever they start them for the first time or two, I mean, you can see the flank almost dangling underneath of them, just enough where they can feel it to start them. And as you get through those bulls, put more trips on them, you'll be able to figure out which bulls take a little tighter flank, which bulls can still perform at a top level with a looser flank. So I saw a lot on the internet about this apparatus. All this is a Bucking Bull Pro 15-pound dual latch dummy. This is the exact dummy that they use in ABBI competitions nowadays. There's a conception that this is a shocking device. There's a remote, it's electronic, it shocks the bulls. 1,000% false. There's no electronic charges that go through this dummy whatsoever. What this is and why we use this is because when we're bucking these bulls at home for practice and for training, as well as at these events, the bulls in the age class of yearling and 2-year-old bulls that buck with this dummy, they're too small and too young to take a rider yet. So this is basically a 15-pound simulated rider that we put on these bulls. They learn to buck with it, and that's basically, in a nutshell, the purpose of this dummy. And that is, it's not a shocking device. It basically simulates a rider. So as you can see underneath of it, that's just a leather pad, sits on their back, just like so. As you can see, there's nothing there of anything to harm the animal. It's actually padded for their back. 15 pounds. This girth goes around their belly. We have a ratchet system put on ours. Kind of makes it a little easier when them bulls are fighting the buck and shoot and stuff as we're getting them started. This clicks in over here on this side, just like so. And basically, it goes around their girth area, their belly. And then again, as I said, showed just a little bit earlier, this flank pin goes into the flank. As those bulls are bucking, if it's at an event, they buck for 4 seconds. If it's at home, you can release the dummy at any time. These are the remotes that are connected to this dummy. As you can see, this is what the electronics of this dummy is in the remote. Releases that side of it, it falls off those bulls. As a matter of fact, it's got a release on the other side. That's the electronics. Releases the dummy, the simulated rider coming off of the bull. That is the whole electronics inside this dummy. Why there's remotes. So I just wanted to make this video for some folks that maybe had a little question on some of the equipment that we use in the bucking bull business, the competition business. And how we start these bulls, train these bulls, and then what we use while they're competing on the road. And again, flank ropes, bucking bull dummy, and that's basically it.